Denzel Washington has always been more than just an actor. He's been a symbol of strength, discipline, and faith. For more than 4 decades, his name has stood for excellence. Whether playing heroes, sinners, or soldiers, he carried a moral weight that few stars ever could. But now, at 70, the man the world has long seen as unshakable faces a chapter of his life filled with loss, reflection, and quiet heartbreak. Born in 1954 in Mount Vernon, New York, Denzel grew up under the firm but loving guidance of his parents. His father was a Pentecostal minister, his mother a beauty parlor owner who worked long hours to keep the family stable. When they divorced, it left a lasting mark on young Denzel. He's often said that his mother's decision to send him to boarding school saved him from the streets. "I would not have survived it otherwise," he once admitted. That sense of rescue and gratitude would shape everything he became. Denzel's early acting years were a fight for respect. Hollywood in the late 1970s offered few serious roles for black actors, but Washington refused to accept stereotypes. He studied, prepared, and worked relentlessly. His rise was built on craft, not charisma, though he had plenty of that, too. Glory, Malcolm X, Training Day, The Hurricane, each role carried truth and conviction. By the time he reached the top, his reputation was legendary. Directors called him fearless. Co-stars called him disciplined. Yet even legends carry quiet burdens. Denzel's image, dignified, moral, almost flawless, came with enormous pressure. He became the man who could never show weakness. Behind that calm authority was someone wrestling with age, grief, and the changing world around him. The hardest blow came in 2021 with the death of his beloved mother, Lennis. She had been his moral compass, the voice that kept him grounded. "A mother is a son's first teacher," he said softly in one interview, fighting back tears. "And my mother taught me everything." Her passing left him visibly shaken. He spoke less, worked less, and turned inward. Friends describe him today as deeply reflective, spending more time with family and his church than in front of the camera. His faith has always been his anchor. He reads scripture daily and often tells younger actors that fame is temporary, but purpose lasts forever. "I've been blessed beyond measure," he said recently, "but you've got to remember who gave it to you." Still, faith doesn't erase pain. Losing loved ones, watching peers grow old or fade from the screen, it all takes its toll. Hollywood, meanwhile, keeps racing forward, often forgetting its veterans. Washington remains respected, but he's spoken openly about feeling out of step with the industry's obsession with trends and instant fame. "They'll love you one day and forget you the next," he once said with a quiet smile. You've got to be okay with that. At 70, he's begun to focus on legacy, not box office numbers, but the people he's influenced. He mentors young actors, reminding them that success means nothing without discipline. On film sets, he's the steady hand, the quiet teacher. He rarely gives interviews now, choosing instead to speak through his work and his actions. The tragedy in Denzel Washington's story isn't scandal or downfall. It's the silent ache of time passing, of a man who gave everything to his craft and now faces the inevitability of change. His body slows, his circle grows smaller, and the world he helped shape moves on. Yet he remains unbroken. Through loss and solitude, Denzel Washington continues to live with grace. He reminds us that greatness isn't about fame or fortune. It's about faith, discipline, and love. His journey may be marked by heartbreak, but it's also proof that true strength isn't the absence of pain, but the courage to keep walking through it.